on to Nigeria, we can go back to the slide set, and we'll be hearing from Dr. Kalada Green, the country coordinator, University of Manitoba, and the country director of the West African Center for Public Health and Development. Dr. Kalada.
Yeah, thank you, John. And let us also record appreciation to the Coalition for Hepatitis Elimination and the Task Force on Global Health. In Nigeria has its own fair share of hepatitis. However, I'll be talking to you on the data collection app. And Lindsay, is my screen being shared?
Not yet. I think it's coming up right now. Looks great. Okay,
you're seeing my screen. So we'll be talking about the data collection app, and we'll just take you through the features of the app we're using to collect the data for the HEAT project, which we're just starting out here in Nigeria. We'll also tell you about the key patterns of the app, and then we'll end up with a short practical demonstration of some of those patterns we are discussing. Electronic data collection came up sometime early in the 1980s, and since then there's been an increased efficiency in data management, and it has helped solve a lot of problems with paper data collection. Now we can capture data electronically, both online and offline, digitize it instantly, retrieve it, and then use it readily. We are using the Survey CTO app, which has a friendly interface that enables you to migrate, collect, and then export data for analysis. It has inbuilt logic models such as skip patterns, relevant, and then constraint commands. So for its patterns, you have this survey console, which is a central repository for both blank and filled-in surveys forms. You also have the Survey CTO Collect, which data collectors will fill out to collect their data. And then you have the desktop, which helps to centralize work, export data, and then is very important in managing projects. And finally, you have the Survey CTO Explorer, an inbuilt monitoring mechanism and visualization tool that allows you to quickly review your data. So for the HEAT project, we started by converting the paper form, the questionnaires, into the digital format on an Android tablet. And this, the aim is to collect high quality data, secure both online or offline using the mobile device, and then do audits and data collection real time while monitoring during field activities. Following that, we then integrate into the Survey CTO and then use other tools for some forms of analysis. These tools might be in Excel, Stata, or DHIS2. And with this, with also the Survey CTO, we can then view and export data into statistical tools that could be used for further analysis. So the key patterns in the Survey CTO, you have the relevant pattern, which is an element of the instrument, which will give you an idea of what is relevant and what is not relevant in respect of your selected responses. You have the constraints, which enables us to ensure that what you need to input, if it's alphabet or numeric, lower or uppercase, is what goes in there. And it won't entertain any values that is outside the constraints, else it will give an error message. Then there are skip patterns, which are conditional branchings or branch logic, which will help you skip to relevant sections as you administer the instruments. And finally, the Data Explorer, which will summarize uploaded data and then also help you have an idea of relationships between the data you're collecting and then some form of analysis. We're going to demonstrate all this practically. So when you start with the app on the Android, this is what you see at the beginning, the survey CTO collect. You have 5 elements there to give you an idea on the process of the collection interface between the different features on the data collection instruments. Then you go to the questionnaire ID, which is captured on the interface of the Android device. When the data collector clicks on this, he will then be able to collect data and then either send it real time or collect it offline. And once you have a network, it loads up automatically. Also, there are the relevance and the constraints, which I have talked about, which are important for data quality checks and accuracy from the field. The relevance will tell you if only integers is allowed, while the constraints will help you ensure that your values, if you have daily values, weekly values, that your daily values are not higher than your weekly values. And this helps to check the quality and accuracy of data. Then you have the skip. The skip is one that helps demonstrate. If you say no to a question and there's a skip, it can automatically take you to the next skip following your no response. And if you say yes, it takes you through to the next question in a serial pattern. I'm going to stop here, and then my colleague Jerry will demonstrate practically the survey CTO from the collect, the monitor, and then the exports.
All right, thank you so much. This is what Dr. has just presented to us just now. This is the interface that we have here right now. You can see that the first thing that we have here in this place is the how the question is being designed at the data at the back end. This is the design that we're having in this place. You can see we are having informed consent that if they agree or not, part of the screenshot that we've just seen in that place, and the questionnaire design itself look like this. And then this is how these questions are designed at the back end. And then when we proceed, I'd like to also show us a little bit about how the other. Yeah, yes. Okay. Sorry, please, I'm trying to navigate to the other one. Okay. All right. So so this is how. Yes, this is how this is the first one, the question design that we have just shown us earlier. Then we also have a survey CTO data collect. This is how the interface looks like on the tablet. When we are with the tablet, the interface looks this way. And permit me to just take just 1 minute and show us how this data is being collected in real time. Now, this is the first message that the data collector will see, just to remind them and let them know that they are with the right respondent, since we are dealing with the lab, so as to have the right person in front of them to give them the data they are asking for. And we like Dr. has rightly said, we have to get a consent from them as well in any data collection that we do. And so if they say no, after you've introduced yourself and then ask them for their consent and they say no, the question we skip down to the last part. That means there will be no need for you to do anything in that place. We'll just get this report at the back end that there is a rejection. But if they select yes at this point, then we can proceed with the rest of the question that we have to ask. one of the skip pattern that we have, pattern that we have in this place is about the integer and the test. For instance, if we were to be using a paper, one can come to this place whether even though it's saying entered number in the facility, they could decide to enter a test, and then let's just put in that test and see what will happen. It will not proceed because we require just an integer to be able to proceed from this particular one. These are concepts that makes us to track the quality of data that we're collecting from the field. By entering the integer, then we can proceed to another one. We also make sure that every day when people go to the field, the date that they went to the field is being tracked so as to be able to know what particular person. In Nigeria, we are working in 2 states. These are the 2 states. Depending on the state that the person is going into, they can select the state and proceed. When they select a local government in that state, they can as well proceed. After selecting this local government, they can then say, then the next thing will be that the data collector are already programmed in also. They are already being programmed also in the database that to select their name. These are the 10 people currently in life that are in the field in Nasarawa State where we have selected. After selecting that one, they can also proceed. And then the local government that they have selected will be filtered out. The facility that are in that local government only will be filtered out. Say you didn't select any of this facility, you shouldn't also be able to proceed. When we proceed, after selecting, yes, so we enter the address as the case may be, we proceed, and then is it private, public, is it primary, secondary, tertiary? This is one of the skip patterns that we also constraint that we also have in this place that we talked about. If somebody said is not offering hepatitis, then there will be no need for you to ask the person a following question that has to do with hepatitis text in that place. So if they say yes, we can proceed to the next question, which is number 9. But if they say no, you will realize that this is jumped down to 20, which is facility information and all that. So let me also take us to another session, which is a live monitoring session that we have in Survey CTO. Permission to refresh this particular page so you can see how live data is coming in from the field. It will just load, and then we have the live session. Right now, currently, as at this morning, we have less than this particular number that we are seeing in this place because people are right in the field as we speak, collecting this data. And so we monitor these things in live. This is also to tell us how many field we have, also the duration of the average duration of data collector that they use in the field to collect. If we have any issue, it's been programmed for us to be able to know the checks to be able to flag up for us to be able to do it in this place. Here we monitor the data that is coming in on every day, on a daily basis. You can see on this graph, you can be able to tell that on a particular day, on the 27th of September, we got 5 data from the field. And these are the different way that we monitor the relationship, the different pattern, the location where this data is being collected from. All these are being monitored. Finally, we have where we export the data, which is the fourth part that doctors told us about. So this is how it looked like, the export side. So with just a click of this, you can see that we have downloaded the data from the database. With just a click, we have the data, and then we share these data elements.
Yeah, we're going to have to wrap up because it's at the top of the hour. Do you want to make one last comment before we close, Dr. Kalada?
Yes, like I said, this is going on now. We have 2 states, data is being collected, and then we hope that once we get this, we'll be able to bring up some descriptive analysis from what has happened in the field. Again, we're grateful for this opportunity, and we look forward to continuing this work with the rest of the team and the coalition. Thanks.
Yeah, it's our pleasure working with you, and great to see how your data collection instrument is set up and ready to be already being put to use. So thank you very much, and look forward to working with you as you move forward in completing the HEAP project in Nigeria. Now we're at the top of the hour. I want to thank all of our investigators in the HEAP countries for their work, which, as you can see, has been very well done in providing the data regarding lab capacity, hepatitis burden, and what are some next steps of improving testing for the key population so we can advance progress toward hepatitis elimination in these countries, and then share these lessons learned more broadly. I think you also can see how HEAT is helping to bring the key stakeholders together so that they can agree on the information being collected and have a greater chance of working together to take action based on that evidence made possible by the HEAT project. We look forward to continuing to work with all of the HEAT programs and hope to develop additional HEAT programs going forward. I want to thank again the support given to us by Abbott Laboratories. Please continue to share your questions and comments to us, and we will relay those on to the study sites. Thank you again for your attention, and look forward to working with you, all of you, to advance toward our shared goal of hepatitis elimination. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Well done
Thank
to everyone. Thank you.